When Elon Musk's purchase of Twitter was finalized last October, he quickly instituted sea changes in Twitter's operations, which have become notorious for censoring off-narrative information and views. In the 3 months since, Musk has released an incriminating stream of internal documents revealing what some experts assess to be proof of shocking government censorship at the highest levels. Today, we examine one of the most significant stories of the information age. On October 5th, 2020, President Trump had just recovered from COVID. Before leaving the hospital, he tweeted, "Don't be afraid of COVID. Don't let it dominate your life." That triggered behind-the-scenes intrigue at Twitter. A top Twitter lawyer named James Baker weighed in. Baker happened to have been the FBI's lead attorney, once criminally investigated for alleged leaks against Trump. Now at Twitter, Baker suggested that Trump's urgings, "Don't be afraid of COVID," violated Twitter's policy against misinformation. Twitter's then head of trust and safety told Baker that optimism didn't qualify as misinformation. But internal documents show Twitter often working at the government's insistence to punish those who are off the COVID narratives, even if it meant rejecting truthful information. August 11th, 2022, a tweet wrongly implied that COVID was killing a lot of children. Twitter didn't touch that disinformation, but when another user replied that COVID wasn't even close to a major killer of kids and cited the government's own data from CDC, Twitter labeled that tweet misleading. Other documents show that Twitter, pre-Elon Musk, aided government censorship campaigns. The social media company often accommodated U.S. government demands to push tweets that fit government narratives and suppress dissenting tweets, even if true. March 15th, 2021, Harvard Medical School epidemiologist and professor Dr. Martin Kulldorff tweeted his expert opinion, shared by many scientists, that those with prior infection and children did not need the COVID-19 vaccine. Internally, Twitter ruled that to be sharing false information, slapped a misleading label on it, shut off people's ability to reply to or like it, and suppressed its visibility. June 19th, 2022, Twitter permanently suspended another medical expert, Dr. Andrew Bostom, after deeming his tweets to be misinformation. That included one that simply referred to a peer-reviewed study finding COVID vaccines temporarily reduced semen concentration and sperm count in men. Beyond COVID, documents show there were plenty more topics the government and Twitter coordinated on to stifle free speech. You may already know about the case involving President Biden's son, Hunter. Twitter worked with the U.S. intelligence community and FBI to discredit a story about the shocking contents on Hunter's computer as Russian disinformation. That's despite the fact that the FBI had possession of the computer and knew the story was true. The Twitter files also show federal agencies devoting extensive time and personnel on the taxpayer dime to manage the public message and silence dissenters. A May 11, 2020 email references a monthly U.S. government industry call. The FBI's Elvis Chan coordinated regular sit-downs between numerous government agencies and Twitter. Here, emails refer to meetings July 16th, July 30th, and August 14th, 2020. And Twitter apparently facilitated the Pentagon's vast network of accounts deployed to distribute propaganda. On July 26, 2017, an arm of the U.S. military gave Twitter a list of 52 Arab-language accounts used to amplify certain messages. The military asked Twitter to give special treatment and visibility to the accounts, and Twitter agreed. Before the 2020 election, the FBI asked Twitter for user IDs and handles of conservative Twitter accounts listed in an article by the liberal publication Daily Beast, and Twitter's response implied it was good with the request. But perhaps the most important takeaway is that the revelations found in the Twitter files are just a sampling of broader censorship trends. Documents revealed through a lawsuit against President Biden show that managing information on COVID vaccines was a near obsession in the Biden White House. The lawsuit was filed by Missouri and Louisiana. Emails show that White House Digital Director Robert Flaherty and his team lobbied to shut down or censor what they called misinformation, which often turned out to be true information, on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, all while getting paid with your tax dollars. For example, in January of 2021, baseball legend Hank Aaron died less than 3 weeks after getting the COVID vaccine. Though many claimed his death was unrelated to the shot, vaccine safety advocate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. said that Aaron's death was part of a wave of suspicious deaths among the elderly shortly after vaccination. The next day, the White House team asked Twitter to censor Kennedy. March 22, 2021, the White House's Flaherty pointedly pressured Facebook to step up its game on shaping vaccine information and influencing users, such as promoting content from their friends who have been vaccinated. We have been focused on reducing the virality of content discouraging vaccines that does not contain actionable misinformation, Facebook assured the White House, noting, "This is often true content." On April 22, 2021, the White House was grappling with reports of dangerous blood clots after COVID shots, and the CDC and FDA had put a pause on Johnson & Johnson's version. That day, Flaherty wrote to Facebook that misinformation around the vaccine is a concern shared at the highest, and I mean highest, level of the White House. And on May 12, 2021, the day CDC made the controversial recommendation for children to get the COVID vaccine, Flaherty again demanded that Facebook step up operations on removing bad information on vaccines. Some of the big questions raised by all of this: if the government is engaging in unconstitutional acts of censorship, who has the power to stop it? And how did the government's actions impact everything from our elections to the way COVID was mismanaged? We'll keep on it.